I believe the old saying goes, if you want something done right, you do it yourself. That's the mentality of the Quincy Leader this week as he continues to run all over Zero Division and take back all of the power from his fellow Quincy in order to give a rebirth or reincarnation of sorts to his Zero Division, which apparently is that one group that actually followed him into the Soul King's palace. If you thought Naklavar was defeated last week, then you're dead wrong. And yes, that was a pun on his abilities. So this chapter is interesting and it's very simple, and there actually manages to be a small amount of dark comedy in there. It actually opens up with the Quincy Leader powering up and getting ready to take back all of his powers so that he can take on Zero Division, in particular, Namaya Oetsu. We then cut back to the battle that's going on below, and we actually go back to Giselle Jewel, and I'm so glad because she's one of my favorite female characters from the entire series. At least I hope she's female. Yuma Chika made it seem like she might have been a dude in drag. However, it's kind of hard to tell at this point, but she clearly has a feminine form and she comes across as female. But it's really funny because she's completely knocked out and absorbing all of the blood from Bombietta, who should have been dead chapters ago, and eventually she does get her strength back, and I love when she's so enamored by how cute Bombietta is that she just can't help but want to hug her and crash down on top of her, which causes all of this blood to just explode all over the place. Her other friend comes over to see what's going on and pretty much just recalls that we've pretty much just been destroyed. And we're really the only ones left. And that's when that one member comes down who's the Stern Ritter N, Robert Akutroni. He's the guy who actually shot Shun Shui in the eye. And I was hoping there'd be a little bit more from this guy, but he's a little more older and experienced, and he lets them know that the Quincy Leader is about to take all of his power back directly to him, and that's going to result in all of their deaths when suddenly massive pillars of light explode all over the place and stealing the Quincy's powers, and his body just turns into a skeleton and explodes, and it's so creepy and awesome. But still, Giselle and her friend manage to escape, and I don't know if they're going to be consumed by the Quincy Leader himself. It's sort of up in the air at this moment. But I do like at the very end of the chapter you get to see that Naklavar is rising from the ground, as are the other members of his group who are seemingly defeated in like one shot. And it looks like he's actually using their power to revive them and give himself a little bit of a boost. And he refers to them as his Zero Division. And that's the end of this week's chapter. And it was pretty good. It wasn't perfect, especially because some of the stuff in the middle was a little slow. And I know a lot of people are not very big fans of Giselle Jewel and her whole shtick. But I actually like her character a lot. I've always loved her design. She's just so incredibly bubbly and cute, and that's just a complete juxtaposition to what her powers involve, which are bloody and nasty. And I'd really like to see both of those characters sort of evolve as the series goes on, because they almost seem like those type of guys that could almost defect to the good side and actually end up helping them out. It is interesting to note that a good number of the Quincy Sternritter were actually seemingly defeated in this week's chapter when the Quincy Leader was taking all of his powers back. And I imagine they're not going to be able to get out of this without at least a few scratches, especially when you see what actually happened to Robert. And I believe I even saw Basby having his powers taken away. He was the mohawked, red-haired finger banger, and honestly, I'm not too surprised. He just seems like he was one of those grunt characters who was just seemingly going to be defeated anyway. But I honestly want to see Giselle and her friends survive. I don't know why, I just think they're really interesting characters. I love their powers, and I love the fact that her wings take the form of bones. I just think that looks really cool, and it seems like something that would belong more for an Arrancar than a Quincy. But I like it. What I will say is, I love this week's chapter mostly for the artwork. I just loved the expressions, especially from Giselle this week, her interactions with the zombified Bombietta Basterbine, and I just love the Quincy Leader. He's so incredibly intimidating, and he's bringing the mustache back, baby! You want a mustache ride? You get it from the Quincy Leader in this week's chapter. Oh yeah, guys, this was a pretty good one. It was kind of a setup chapter, and it wasn't all that exciting, but it's leading into something really, really awesome, so I can't wait to see where that's going to go. So, pretty good artwork this week, a little bit of humor sprinkled in, a little bit of mystery, and that nice little twist at the end where he's getting ready to revive all of those people who were just killed in one shot. I'm giving this week's chapter a 3 out of 5. Really entertaining stuff, not a perfect chapter, but something that Bleach fans should definitely check out. Thank you guys for watching my review. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Before you guys leave, please tell me what you thought about this week's chapter of Bleach. Did you guys have any favorite scenes? Were you shocked by the developments this week? Do you want Giselle and her friend to survive? How is the Quincy Leader gonna take on Zero Division? And where the hell is Ichigo? Please tell me all of your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, before you guys leave, please subscribe to our channel if you have not already. That way you can check out all of our latest anime and manga reviews. You can do that by clicking on the channel icon right up here. You guys can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter.